Career change in your 50s is not easy. And I found myself there surprisingly. And looking back on it, I should have saw the handwriting on the wall. But as we all do, I got in my comfort zone. I was an underwriter with Finance of America. And in 2022, I was staying busy. I was promoted to a national underwriter for wholesale lending, and I was doing really well. I was underwriting the hardest loans. I felt pretty comfortable that I would be okay. Some people were getting laid off in the business, and I knew there was some hiring people out of the country, trying to cut costs in different ways. I knew there was going to be some layoffs. I just thought I would be okay. And I thought I would retire with this company. And long story short, it didn't work out. They got rid of us completely. Our whole mortgage purchase, forward mortgages divisions, gone. They just decided they're going to stick with commercial, reverse lending, and they were getting rid of forward mortgages completely. So I had to take a hard look at myself, and for a while I didn't. I didn't even look at myself because one of the things I always knew is that I love my job so much that if I really had to retire, I was going to have to figure out what I wanted to do with my life because I kind of lost my identity. And some of us mortgage bankers do that. We are used to everyone needing us. We solve problems, we save the day, we try to forget the things that go wrong as we can. But overall, it's just one big roller coaster ride when you're a mortgage banker, and the highs and lows are all over the place. And it's exhilarating and frustrating and never boring. And I've been in all sides of the business, but I really thought I would end with underwriting behind the desk, not directly dealing with consumers and making decisions. It was very stressful. I had sleepless nights over decisions I made and if I made the right choice, whether I was denying somebody or approving them. It's not easy being that final person. And you're usually disappointing many people if you can't find a way to approve the loan. So that was a lot of pressure. Anyways, what I want to tell you, if you're in a similar situation, you're in your 50s, maybe you've been in mortgage banking forever, maybe not. Maybe you're a real estate agent and now you don't know what to do in your 50s. All I can tell you is I was lucky that I had retirement money to fall back on, and I had to live on credit cards, and it's been extremely difficult. And there's a lot of times when I just wanted to give up. But one thing I kept doing was showing up. I maybe skipped a couple of things I should have gone to, but in general, if I found a meeting, I found as many as I could that didn't cost anything, but like a coaching meeting, talking about mortgage banking, I was trying to figure out what can I do in this business and stay in it, just maybe doing something different. And I'll talk about this more later. I don't want to go on and on about myself. I just want to tell you that I did figure out ways to help myself. And a lot of it had to do with going to the coaching meetings, watching the webinars. I discovered YouTube in a new way because I'd always watched YouTube more for entertainment and goofiness and not very much because I didn't have time. I was always very busy at work. So I got onto YouTube and realized, oh my gosh, who is this Mel Robbins? I had no idea. She was amazing. She really helped me find my way back. You know, when she said, double down on your strengths, I could hear that loud and clear. I was like, okay, I need to figure out who I am without being an underwriter, without working for a corporation or a large company. I need to figure out, can I work for a smaller company? Can I get back into loan origination? Do I want to? Do I want to go back to underwriting and figure that out? Ask the questions. And that's all I'm going to say for this video. I've talked too long already. Write. Write in a journal, scribble on papers and try to keep them all together. Do whatever you need to do. Type, talk into a dictator, whatever. Dictator. talking to a transcriber or your chat GPT that you can talk to. Whatever you need to do, figure out how you really feel. Because one thing that happened with me is at first I was numb. I still couldn't believe I was in the situation. I was grieving. I was angry. I was missing people. I was missing my overwhelming email box. It was just gone. You need to embrace that too. Accept that you've lost something that it was important to you. Whether it was just important financially or in my case it was financially, it was the people I worked with, it was the company I worked for, it was my whole identity. And that's on me that I let that happen because it was devastating when it was just gone. So I know where you're at, or if you're even contemplating making a change and you still have the job that you want, but you're thinking ahead, or maybe you are seeing the writing on the wall, there's things you can do. And I want to help give you that advice. But for now, all I want you to do, if you're just thinking about this, write. Write it, say it, however you need to do to figure out what you really like, what you're really good at, what you'd rather not ever do ever again, and I'll come back later. Subscribe for more exciting and riveting information. I just care very much. I've been there and I want to help. That's all. I'm not asking for anything, I swear. Okay, bye.